Hey guys, so today we're making some beef meatloaf. Please make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. Let's get started with the recipe. So I am making some beef meatloaf. It is dairy free and egg free, and I just paired it with some mashed potatoes and green beans. And so to start off, I am just going to chop up one yellow onion. You can use as much or as little onion as you'd like. I'm also going to chop up a green bell pepper, but you are free to use whatever color bell peppers you want. And so I am using my knife from Knife Saga. And so if you are interested in purchasing your very own set of knives from Knife Saga, feel free to use my coupon code Treese's Tasty Eats to get 10% off your purchase of your very own set of Knife Saga knives. And so I am adding in my ground beef. And so this is some ground beef that I thawed out in my refrigerator. And so it is 80/20, but you can use whatever uh, you know, kind of ground meat that you'd like. And so I'm seasoning it with some black pepper, some Adobo all-purpose seasoning, some garlic powder, some onion powder. I don't care what seasonings you use. Just make sure your food is not bland, because we don't want no bland food, y'all. Okay. And so again, you want to make sure that you season to your taste. And I'm just going to add in a few tablespoons of some yellow mustard, and I'll be sure to put the ingredients in the description box below. You are free to use Dijon mustard if you have that, or you can even use some ground mustard. I'm also going to add in some of this sugar-free G. Hughes steak sauce. If you have Worcestershire sauce, you can use that, but that is not allergy friendly. You can probably use some soy sauce or some coconut aminos if you'd like. I'm using these plain panko breadcrumbs for this recipe, but you can use crackers, you can use stale bread, you can use Italian breadcrumbs. Um, and so I'm also going to add in a little bit of oat milk to this recipe. And so, again, I'll be sure to put the ingredients in the description box below, but I did end up adding a little bit more oat milk, and you guys will see that in here. And so since I'm not using an egg, the panko and the milk is going to help to bind it. Or if you have some type of egg replacer, you could probably use that, but I've never done an egg replacer in the meatloaf. And so I will say that it did fall apart a little bit. And so I don't know if I just needed more breadcrumbs, but it's definitely a work in progress. I'm not an expert, but this is still a really good recipe and a good option for those of you who may have allergies or any dietary restrictions where you need this to be dairy and egg free. And so I am just going to form this into a pretty nice sized loaf. And then I am going to bake this in the oven for about 40 minutes. And while that's baking, and I'll put the temperature in the description box below, I'm using this Splenda brown sugar alternative to make some sauce to go on my meatloaf, but you can use regular brown sugar or you don't have to use it at all. And then I'm going to mix it with this sugar-free G. Hughes hickory barbecue sauce, or you can just use a combination of your favorite barbecue sauce and some ketchup, or just ketchup. And so I'm also going to add in some ketchup, and I'm gonna mix this all together, and this is gonna go on top of my meatloaf. So I am gonna take the meatloaf out at the 40-minute mark. It's not gonna be done, but I'm gonna take it out so I can put the sauce on top. And of course my bowl wasn't big enough. I don't know why I did that. But I'm just gonna mix all of this together, and you can put some of this to the side if you'd like additional sauce for your meatloaf once it's done. And so this is what it looks like after 40 minutes. I'm going to slather it with this sauce, and then I'm going to put it back in the oven for an additional 20 minutes. So the meatloaf is going to cook for about an hour total. So I took it out at the 40-minute mark, slathered it with the sauce, and then I'm putting it back in the oven for about 20-25 minutes. And then this is what it looks like. You want to make sure that you let your meatloaf rest before you start slicing into it. And so this was so flavorful, you guys, and y'all gonna see me drop this meatloaf because I'm up here trying to show y'all what it looked like in the middle. It's just gonna slip out of my hands. Whoop. That's what I get. But anyway, you can slice it as thin or as thick as you like, and serve it with your favorite side dishes. Again, I served mine with some dairy-free mashed potatoes and some green beans. This is the finished product. I hope you guys enjoy this recipe. Please make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. See you next time. Bye.